Hi, everybody. This is Alan Fine, and I'm here with Marilyn Cairo, the Vice President of Global Sales for Premier Worldwide Marketing, which we know represents Charisma Hotels and Resorts. And we're going to talk about all things Margaritaville here on Insider Travel Report.
Hi, Alan. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. Can't complain. It's the summer, right?
It's always the summer for you and your properties, but yeah, it's the summer. So let's
Yeah.
talk about this new one that opened June 1st, the new Margaritaville Island Reserve at Riviera Maya.
Yes, we opened June 1st, highly anticipated resort, the first adults only resort in the Margaritaville ecosystem, if you will.
Mhm.
So there was a lot of excitement, not just from a charisma perspective, but even, in the world of Margaritaville, having that very first adults only resort. The opening, I was there, the excitement from the guests, I was not expecting that. I don't know what I was expecting. I wasn't expecting it to be at that level. The bar, the salted rim bar in the lobby, the mixologist, just the entire vibe. We were first guests, received autographed flip-flops from Jimmy Buffett
Oh,
as a commemorative thank you for, being the first ones to walk through those doors. I loved it. It was so much fun.
well, I look, Margaritaville's fun. And
Yeah.
I've never felt that the kids got in the way, but this would be a little more sophisticated.
Yeah, absolutely. Between, the brewery, we met with the brewmaster that evening. We had our iconic flip flop out on the poolside plaza. We introduced our buckets delivered to the middle of the pool. So we've got this really cool little crane that delivers buckets of beers right in the middle. Everybody knows we originated the floating taco bar. We took it up a notch, right? Because you can't do the same thing over and over. So we introduced the avocado boat. And it's adorable. It's this little sailboat that floats out into the pool, and it's an entire spread of, dips and nachos and tacos.
Yeah, you better.
It was cool.
You can't leave behind the taco. All right.
No, no.
All right. So now this property has some incentives coming up for
Yes.
weddings.
Yes. So, first of all, for our GIVC agents, we always mention we'd give up to 21% commission. So that's a really good incentive for, our agents that are part of our loyalty program. In addition, we're about to, and I'm going to announce it here first, we're about to extend our double points in our loyalty program for the rest of this year at all Margaritaville hotels, Island Reserve. And originally that was going to end in July, but we've had really good momentum. We don't want it to stop. The agents are supporting
Good.
us, so we're about to, stretch that out. Weddings. We've got fantastic offers for the weddings, and you would think, who wants to get married at Margaritaville? Oh, you have no idea the leads that we're getting for this property.
Well, no, but
Uh,
also this is the adults only property. Oh, except for then you can't have the kids come to the wedding.
You know what though? I feel that most, and I'll speak because next week, funny enough, I'm going to be the mother of the groom. My son's getting married next week. A lot of couples are deciding,
Congratulations.
thank you. A lot of couples are deciding that for one or two kids, they don't want to sacrifice their vibe or choose something different. So they're having honest conversations with family, and travel agents have really supported us with this hotel. The ones that have come down to see it, we've got our partners at Destination Weddings, our partners at Lux. So we're really, really excited with the support we're getting.
So there are a lot of Margaritavilles, but how do we know it's the real deal? Uh, there's a way, right?
There is a way. So you're going to notice, Charisma has been operating hotels for well over 20 years. And when we entered into a partnership with Margaritaville, we were very specific in wanting to have the edge, right? We wanted something different and that would complement our gourmet inclusive concept and that would help agents easily identify a Charisma property. So Margaritaville Island Reserve was born. Island Reserve means it has the Charisma standards in service, food and beverage, etc. And it's all inclusive because yes, there are a few Margaritavilles in US as well as throughout the Caribbean that are EP. So whenever you see Island Reserve, you can book with confidence knowing it's a Charisma property.
That is great. So tell me about this summer of music.
So Summer of Music, funny enough, last year, you probably remember we did an interview. We launched Summer of SpongeBob, right?
Right.
And it's a summer-long campaign because families are traveling. Well, Margaritaville as a brand is known for entertainment, for
Right.
fun, and for music, of course.
Right.
So why not have an entire summer that is focused around the strength of the brand? Music, food, entertainment, live presentations. I mean, we've literally invited DJs. We've, done talent scouts locally because we always want to make sure that we support the local market and not always fly in talent from the US. What we're noticing, we've got a number of strong, hardcore Margaritaville agents in the world, in the industry today, that have started to do their own come along groups. Mexico Meltdown, GIVC agent Yvonne has been fantastic. Randy Otts, another one of our GIVCs, focusing on music. And it's, by the way, it's nothing out of this world. It's literally a stool by the pool, strumming a six string and a microphone. And you have to see, people love that, right? It's the simplicity of it. So
Well, it's
nighttime,
it's the laid back. It's in
yep,
the motif.
yep. Then you add in, again, the charisma standards with the food, the beverage, what the staff compliments in service. And it's a summer-long activity schedule that we've put out. So clients walk away with, man, I want to do this again. And then when you entertain them, we have a hotel in the Dominican Republic, not just Mexico, you're having variety now.
So I'm trying to imagine, you have your dinner, you don't know what you want to do, and it's not like you have to go to a show and it's got a start time. This is, you just meander and there it is.
Or how about you're eating dinner and all of a sudden the musician walks into your restaurant? That's happened. That's happened to me several times, where I've been, at a business meeting, dinner, or hosting a group of agents, and all of a sudden a musician walks in and starts playing in the restaurant. And it just is like that commercial break, right? And it's a little bit of a vibe during dinner.
Yeah.
Then once you're done with dinner, if you want to hang out at the Landshark Brewery, I mean, they'll do karaoke. That's a sight to be seen. 11 o'clock at night karaoke. Oh yeah, inside of a brewery.
That's the perfect segue, because are you having Oktoberfest again?
How can I not have Oktoberfest, Alan? I have two breweries, two Landshark breweries, the only ones right now in the world. One's at the new Margaritaville Riviera Maya. The other one is the original Margaritaville Cap Cana. Of course, we're doing Oktoberfest because beers and food and tacos and burgers, who doesn't want that? So that's going to be our campaign that'll kick off in the fall and obviously carry us through Oktoberfest.
Well, but who doesn't? Here's the other thing I thought was great, and it's a perfect match: pickleball.
Oh my God. We're doing nighttime pickleball now, glow in the dark pickleball.
Oh, even better.
My hat's off to the general manager, Grecia, of the new Margaritaville and Riviera Maya, because she noticed that the pickleball courts were not being used as much during the day. And she started asking guests, hey, inviting them, want to play pickleball. Guess what they said? The heat and the sun. So brainstorm meeting with the staff, they said, well, why don't we do a glow in the dark pickleball at night? So they've, done a couple of little tweaks around the mural walls. They give the guests some glow in the dark paint and they have pickleball at night. It's a massive success. So we're actually hosting a couple of experiential FAMs in the fall, and pickleball tournaments will be part of it.
I'd like to film that.
Yep. So we have pickleball courts at the two hotels. How convenient that we have Landshark Brewery at Cap Cana and Riviera Maya. It's a huge hit. I mean, pickleball is really taken off in the last 6 months. It's massive right now. Okay.
Travel advisors who've never worked with Charisma or Margaritaville, where should they go? What should they do?
So that's a great question. Here's what I'm going to encourage agents to do, right? The brand Margaritaville, when you hear about it, automatically you think of the musician, the song, or the famous "It's 5 o'clock somewhere," right? You never really envision it as a hospitality brand. And what I love about this brand is that it's a silent killer. It's quiet. When you get on property, it's going to wow you. It's not what you expected it to be. And every travel agent tells me that. Not what I was expecting it to be. It's different. It's a disruptor in the market, because again, pickleball courts, breweries, it feels comfortable to be there. It's not pretentious at all, right? So number one, agents, educate yourself, whether it's talking to our sales team, the webinar, if you want to join any of our fam trips. If you're in Mexico, you're in the Dominican Republic, and you've got a couple of hours to spare, please, open invitation. Come on over and see what we have to offer. Have a beer on us, right? Just see the experience. And then it's available through all tour operators. So I want to thank both agents as well as tour operators because they really helped us, put this brand on the map over the last 3 years.
Well, that's great. And your incentives are certainly lucrative. I mean, they can make money with you. Is there anything else? We're up to 122,000 travel advisors watching us every day. Anything else you want to tell them?
Ooh, that's a lot of pressure you're putting on.
Yes. Yeah, but you've risen to it before.
I have. Here's what I'm going to tell you. Charisma as a brand is evolving. We're growing. We're becoming more focused on experience. And that's because we've mastered the art of being gourmet inclusive with food, beverage, service, etc. Now we want to take it to the next level. I think it's no surprise that travel is evolving. Travel is different for everybody. And the expectations have remained the same, if not gotten, even more demanding from consumers. People want to be entertained. They don't necessarily want to dress up fancy. If they're celebrating something, great, but people want to be entertained and they want to walk away with Instagrammable moments or experiences that they can share. That's what we're heading into with our Margaritaville Island Reserve. We're also going into new destinations. Earlier this year, we opened up Belize in San Pedro. So that's also part of the Margaritaville ecosystem for us. So it's not just the tried and true Mexico and the Caribbean. We're exploring other destinations because we want to make sure that the brand has variety and appeals to not mass markets, but appeals to a variety of different markets, US, Canadian, Latin America, Mexico, etc. So I tell agents, if you've sold Charisma in the past, maybe you wandered off for a bit, which is absolutely okay. Come back and give us another try because there's a lot to be said for where the brand has come from and is going.
And I will say from my own personal experience that I appreciate the stamp of charisma on any of their products. And they do aggressively seek out intellectual property to create a gestalt of whatever that partnership is and the charisma 5-star luxury treatment. We're talking about Margarita now, but there are others, and there are others to come. So I invite travel advisors to stay on top of charisma and see what's coming up in the future. How's that?
Absolutely. And one thing, Alan, we're not cookie cutter. The Margaritaville in Mexico looks completely different than the one in Cap Cana. Do they have some similarities? Yes, of course.
Well, the good stuff.
It's not the good stuff, yes. But both hotels have a JWB steakhouse, completely different look and vibe. Do you know we have a meat sommelier?
No. I'm glad you brought that up. Tell me what that's like.
Never in my life had I heard of a meat sommelier. I mean, obviously, you know what a wine sommelier is, right? But
why not?
Right. Why not? So that's something we introduced at the JW Steakhouse in Riviera Maya. So if you're having meat that evening, or you look at the menu and you want to talk to the meat sommelier, what are the cuts? How is the beef aged? The whole process. He will take you into his mini little cooler area and walk you through the different cuts, styles, preparation, and even work with the chef on how you like it. Like I love my meat, medium with just a little bit of salt and pepper. I don't look for fancy sauce. I want to taste the meat. And it was an experience, I'll tell you that. Of course, the wine sommelier always comes in and knocks it out of the park at the end. But just having that combo, which was, the agents were like, what? Saying, yep, because that goes back to we want to do things different every time.
That's the headline. The meat sommelier is great. That's a great one. Well, I thank you for sharing all that, and I wish you continued success.
Thank you.
And this is Alan Fine for Insider Travel Report.